Gilbert, big dog, Gilbert. You hiring still? Hey man, all that said about you getting fired, man. It's water under the bridge. It never happened. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I'm with you, baby. Hey, you still hiring, right? Cause ain't no jobs opportunity over here. They said, man, everybody gone. They fired the dog. You know the little dog Brandon used to bring? They told Brandon and that little dog to get up. McCants got fired with the whole underdog outfit on. I said, they firing niggas as mascots? The niggas that be sucking, that they fire niggas that be sucking. Nah. Niggas can't live like this, man.
When you really break this whole situation down, there are a lot of layers to it because everything is unfolding in real time. Y'all saw Rashad McCants reacting after the news came out that the entire Gills Arena cast, crew, and staff had been fired last week. And of course, Nick Young is going to joke around and troll because that's just who he is. But everybody knows he's genuinely close with Gilbert Arenas. So people already figured he was going to end up on the new Gills Arena show over on the Gills Arena channel instead of the Arena channel. The show was still being filmed at the same place they had just let everybody go from. Meanwhile, Rashad McCants came out looking like he was in full gloves-off mode. I don't know what he meant by the black leather gloves, but it definitely looked like he was teasing that something was coming. We'll have to wait and see how all of that plays out. Like Nick Young mentioned, Brandon Jennings had to step in as moderator because Josiah, who had been there since the beginning, had already said his goodbyes. He basically thanked everybody for the support and let people know he might not see them again. Then, Nick Young didn't even show up the next day when Brandon Jennings was moderating the show, and the comments absolutely went in on Brandon Jennings. Now, Rashad McCants is getting hit with jokes too because of the way he handled everything. He shouted out Underdog and thanked them, and a lot of people weren't feeling that. The reaction was basically, hold on, Gilbert Arenas is the one who brought you to Underdog in the first place. He's the one who threw you the alley-oop, and the entire show is built around Gilbert. Rashad has called himself the Michael Jordan of the show, but people still looked at that praise for Underdog and started wondering what was really going on.
First and foremost, I want to say shout out to Underdog. You know, I had to wear what I'm so proud to be wearing, you know, giving us the opportunity to be able to show and prove as the #1 sports show on the internet, YouTube, everywhere else. I just want to be able to.
He's sucking dick. Crazy.
Oh. Oh shit. I almost spit that water everywhere.
I guess the gloves off, Nick. I guess the gloves are off.
Oh shit.
And I shook your hand before the show.
But I talked about my lungs, LeBron subject, and you
Damn. Okay.
It's Glaze Wednesday.
You said this.
Okay.
Wednesday's the day.
Well, thanks again.
Almost,
Thanks again. You know, obviously he's picked sides, so we already know where he's gonna go.
He's making his decision right now.
I'm so proud to be wearing, you know, giving us the opportunity to be able to show and prove.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Sports show on the internet.
They gave me the opportunity. I gave you the opportunity.
Gilbert Arenas did say at one point that he had already talked to Rashad about all of this back in January. So it's hard to know what's actually real because there's a lot of trolling going on. Gilbert trolls too, so it's tough to tell what's serious and what isn't. There are still a lot of moving parts in this situation. I don't even know where Kenyon Martin stands because he hasn't clearly said anything about his future now that the show is canceled. Gilbert had just brought in Skip Bayless, and he even mentioned that they play golf together. Then the talk became, we're going to keep this thing going without Gilbert Arenas. That's the part of the business I never really like. I'm not in the room and I don't know every detail, but I still don't agree with it. The Arena name is something Gilbert created and made popular. He's the star of that show, no question. People tune in because of his face, his personality, and his brand. Then he added key people around him who helped grow it into what it became. The debates, the arguments, and the chemistry between everybody is what made the show work. Even when they got heated and then came back cool again, fans loved it because the passion felt real. Apparently, he sold part of the YouTube channel or maybe the whole channel, but he still kept the name. I don't know if they didn't want to pay him what he wanted or what happened, but the idea seemed to be that they were ready to move forward without him. They're basically saying they'll keep building on his likeness, his name, and the audience he brought in. The people watching that channel came for Gilbert Arenas, not for everybody else, and that's the part that doesn't sit right with me. Now, if it's in the contract, then business is business, but it's still strange that you can build something around one person and then decide to continue without that person, especially when the entire show and brand are tied to his name. The NBA playoffs and finals are going on, and you're talking about leaving out a former NBA player who can provide that kind of insight. I just don't agree with that move. At the end of the day, everybody is going to do what they think is best for business. I just believe that if the platform is built around you, then you should be the one benefiting the most from it. At this point, they might as well give the channel back to Gilbert Arenas because I don't see people rushing over there without him. The crazy part is, Gilbert already has his own Gills Arena channel anyway. He's probably going to build that thing right back up. But when they started cutting back the number of shows, that's when it really felt like something was changing behind the scenes. Right now, they're in demand, so if anything, you should be adding more time and creating more slots if everybody wants to put the work in. Cutting the show back just doesn't make much sense to me. But that's what happened. The show got reduced, other changes started happening, and all of this corporate stuff began creeping in. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. I don't know who's actually going over there. I don't know what Rashad McCants is going to say either. Is this all one big troll? Is it all just jokes? It doesn't really feel like it's all jokes. Some of it definitely looks like trolling, but some of it feels like there's a real issue behind the scenes. At this point, we just have to wait and see what happens. Let me know what y'all think about it.